Hi, my name is Carlina. This is a video about how to do L-sits. L-sits are going to build your transverse abdominis and your pelvic floor awareness and your strength. In yoga, that correlates to your Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha. So this is both a functional video for postnatal, building up your yoga practice, rebuilding your yoga practice, and for anybody interested in doing handstands. If you're interested more in the why, the anatomy, and the breakdown of it, you can see my other video on L-sits. But if you're just interested in learning the drill, here it is. So you'll set yourself up with your legs out long in front of you. Lean forward, exhale, squeeze your pelvic floor muscles and your abdomen. Point your toes, squeeze your quads. Plant your hands so that they're underneath your shoulders, not down by your hips. This gives you enough clearance in your wrists to really lean forward over your legs. That's important. Keep your lean forward. Keep the hip flexion, the belly to thiness, the tilt forward of your pelvis. Plant your hands, breathe in with everything squeezed. Lift your hips up, lift your legs up. Put it down. Okay, so let's say you're intermediate. That's where you would start. You would do that 3 times for as long as you can hold it up, 3 times a day, and I say for 3 weeks, and then see where you are with it. At the end of 3 weeks, if you're doing it right, chances are you're gonna float if you didn't the first time. So let's say you're starting from the very, very beginning. So that's kind of like a good starting point if you're already in recovery mode fully, or if you already have a fairly strong practice but you've never worked your transverse abdominis, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha in a dedicated way. That's where you would start if you're starting from the very beginning. Let's say you're just now 6 weeks out, cleared from the doctor to do things, no major diastasis recti. Start on your hands and your knees. Similarly, you'll frame your legs with your hands. Press down very hard. So press down and lift your chest up. Don't just press down and leave your chest where it naturally is. Press down, lift your chest up, lift your knees up. All right, that's version 1. You're gonna feel your low abs start to get really warm. And underneath your 6-pack abs, that's where you're gonna wanna target some of the sensation. All right, so let's say that's easy. Lift up. Really try to lift up high. Maybe you lift 1 foot up, put it down, lift the other foot up, put it down, come back on down. So you're gonna start to feel really warm inside of your abdomen. Remember, your core is not this round set of 6-pack abs here, but a core that follows your diaphragm like the core of an apple. So along the center, if you were to shoot a pull straight down the center from the crown of your head down, that's where you're going to start to feel warmth. Okay, so let's say you have 1 foot up, down, 1 foot up, down. That's easy enough. You've mastered that 3 times a day for 3 weeks. Move on. Try to lift both of your feet up off of the ground. You're working in dependent pose now. That's a little bit easier than doing an L-sit because your center of gravity is very condensed. Let's say that pose, Lolasana, pendant pose, is easy for you. Grab your blocks. You're ready to graduate on to the middle step of your L-sit, which is to frame your hips with your block. Everything else will be the same. Press down, lift up. Let's say both of your legs are not lifting. You can scale a little bit by lifting one leg and then the other. One leg, other leg, and down. You can have your blocks on a medium setting or on the lowest setting. I would not recommend having them on the highest setting just because the balance gets precarious at that point. So there's your L-sits, working from the hardest one, which is what I showed you first, all the way back from the very basics to the steps to get you to an actual L-sit. So this is going to target your transverse abdominis and your pelvic floor, Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha. And if you want to understand why that is so critical for your body, then you can see my explanation in the why video that is to follow. But otherwise, I hope you enjoy your journey of getting your L-sit, incorporating that into your practice, and feeling the awesome benefits of deep core strength that are yours to be had when that movement is in your arsenal. So have a great rest of your day, yogis. Connect to your spirit. Namaste.